Thank you to all of my followers that support me on Patreon. If you yourself would like to become a patron, feel free to hit the link down below. We have second parts of audios that I cannot post here on YouTube, and also earlier access to videos. So if that is of your interest, please consider checking it out. Thank you so much. Well. Look who has woken up. Hi. Oh, don't be scared. I hate to hurt you. Maybe. If you behave. Are you gonna behave? Of course you would behave for me. You're so good. So obedient. At least that's what I've seen from you and your boyfriend? Husband? What are you two? I see. So, where are you? Oh, no. There's no need to know that. Just know that you're in a place very, very, very far away from your life. You could have probably noticed if you were to see the way, but we didn't decide to blindfold you or anything, because you just fainted. Seems that you don't take impact and surprises that well. But anyways, why are you not tied? Oh, no, I wouldn't do that to you. No. If you try to escape, I have superhuman powers, superhuman speed, strength. That's probably not what you want, right? I know. So wisest decision not to escape. Well, anyways, do you want anything? No water and anything? Okay, good. Because the only thing that I have in here is water. As you know, vampires don't really eat anything besides drinking blood. So, yeah. No foods, no liquids here, but blood. Which I'm sure you don't find as tasty as we do. I know. So, anyways, if you want water, there is water at your disposal. You just have to ask. But for now, the one that's gonna be asking things is gonna be me. Well, if you refuse to answer, you know what I can do. And I actually haven't eaten in a bit. So, have that as your, well, something you should consider. Okay. So now, do you pay attention to me? I'll be asking you several questions, as I said. Number 1. Why did you decide to keep living with a vampire? Okay. So with that answer, I assume that you already know he was a vampire, right? Yes, it was a trick question. Well, you've done several things and expressed yourself in several ways today that already let me know that you did know that he was a vampire. Well, first of all, you wouldn't see someone like me and be this calm. Usual people, what they do is running or screaming or, yeah. You just woke up and had the normal reaction of someone that's somewhere strange to them. but also the, well, smarter reaction of not reacting abruptly to someone you don't know, having you somewhere you don't know. So, yeah. You knew how to keep yourself together. But many people don't. And I'm telling you, I've asked these questions to many, many humans. You're not one of a kind. You're not unique. You're one of the rest. 'Cause you don't seem to, well, do what you're supposed to do. Humans shouldn't meddle in vampire businesses. And that leaves me to my next question. Did your boyfriend tell you about Vampire Society? He didn't? Okay. So, what did you think he was doing at the hours that you were asleep? Okay, you know he has his life. That's very nice. Very considerate of you. Yeah, of course, everyone should be independent in their lives. But you should tell me. You haven't even the least bit followed him, ever wondered where he was, just left him going wherever he wanted. Yes? Well, that's very trusting of you. Very kind too. Very considerate. You seem like a very gentle human. One that trusts his boyfriend no matter what. But you, you're a dumb little boy. Well, you see, us vampires don't have to feed as often as humans. You know that already. But, as soon as we know that there's another vampire nearby, yes, I'm explaining it to you. Oh, you don't want to know what he does? Well, why do you react so, well, loudly? Okay, this is a little bit fun. I'm sorry. I apologize for laughing. But do you think he's been unfaithful? No. No. Don't get scared. No, you shouldn't be scared of what I'm gonna say. Well, you should. A little bit. Again, I do not agree with humans meddling in vampire business. So you should have been scared from the beginning. But you shouldn't be scared about something so mundane as being unfaithful. Those are rules that you humans made for yourselves. They don't apply for vampires. I should say for some, like your boyfriend, they do. But not for pure blood, like me. Now I'll keep going. Your boyfriend was turned some months ago. He tried for the longest time to escape from us from the other vampires getting to him, because as I said, or at least as I was trying to say, we normally can detect when there's a vampire nearby. We have this. Do you know how some bats can detect when they're close to somebody or someone just with their sound? It's kind of like that. We don't really need to make any sound, it's just a vibe that we get. For example, right where you are, in the lower floor, there are two vampires going left and right, anxiously waiting for my conclusion of this meeting. So, yes, I don't know what they're doing. Yes, we do have a very accurate radar for those of our kind. So with that said, we did manage to contact your boyfriend several times. We even invited him to several of our parties. But let's just say that he didn't seem to let go of his human part. Usually when knowing how welcoming we are, humans that have turned do tend to leave everything behind for their new lives. You didn't. So now, do you know the answer to that? Do you know why? Because of you. You're correct. Indeed. You're so beautiful and kind. He could never let you go. He knows you all too well. He refuses to see that, well, no one is unique. No one's special. Of course. For you humans, you're limited in your time. You have to have those type of concepts in your definition of romance in order to make your life worthwhile. But it really isn't like that. Everyone's replaceable. That's something everyone should know, should be aware of. Am I trying to replace you? At all. I am just saying, from the very beginning, all my questions, everything I'm saying, comes from a place of you humans should just meddle in your business. Just stay there. Leave us vampires be. We don't want to mix with you. No one in this society wants to mix with you. But we need to stick together. So, yes, your boyfriend has several nights come to several of our parties, our meetings, all of that, our get-togethers, but he hasn't really, well, he is not that much of a social person, which is okay. But what we find that is not okay is that he is actually being held back by a human. Is it not common for humans and vampires to love them? No. As I said, most vampires I have turned do not hesitate leaving their old life back. This one, well, I must say I haven't seen a vampire fall so hard for a human before. You knew him before he was a vampire? Oh, so you rescued him before he bleeded to death. That's an unfortunate case, yes. Most irresponsible vampires I've turned, they do that a lot. I myself haven't done that ever since I know how very brutal and rude it is. I really don't like human blood at all. So, I have no reason to do that. Oh! I see. So, okay, so I thought we were starting to feel a little bit of trust in each other. I thought you would let me ask you more questions and that this conversation would go more fluidly. But now I see that you have a strong demeanor, even daring to stand up just because I said that I don't like human blood. Well, listen, I might not like human blood, but do you know when you visit a house that isn't yours, when they give you food expecting you to eat it? Well, I have had human blood in the past. Indeed, in those same type of situations. It's not my preference, but it's whatever to me. And as it is whatever to me, it is something I can take, something I can drink, something I can leave you out of. So, do sit down, be a good boy. There we go. Now, I believe I've told you enough and I have given you enough context. So, to tell me, do you plan on leaving him anytime soon? No? Okay, next question. Has he bitten you? Yes. He has... he has feeded on you. Does he like your flavor? He does. Okay. Aren't you afraid that in any moment he could come to you while you sleep and leave you without a single drop of blood? Of course. That would kill you instantly. You would be amazed how fast a vampire can drink their blood. Directly from the source. So you are. Okay. Since you have been afraid, why do you choose to keep being there? Love. You know very well that love can't stop anyone, absolutely anyone, from their carnal desires. And you very much know that eating is one of those. You need to feed, be it a human or a vampire. It's just that we have more limited options in that sense. Okay. So, with all that in mind, what are you gonna do? We can do two things here. Oh, you don't follow my rules. You will have to. Do you want to be with your boyfriend? You will have to follow my rules. As I said, vampire society cannot mingle with humans. We stick together as a big pack because there are very little of us in this world. There are many humans able, capable, and willing to hurt us. So, even if you're the exception, since you will not forbid yourself of human pleasures and everything of the human society, since you're not gonna do that, we need to either get rid of you, or you get rid of him. Which one do you prefer? Even when I'm actually telling you that we were going to get rid of you, are you still worried about him? No. Vampires don't destroy other vampires. As I said, too little of us. We can't afford that. Are those the only two options? Well, there's another one. You could actually be turned. Okay. So, you do tolerate and respect. You love your boyfriend so much for being a vampire, but you yourself react disgusted at the idea. Why is that? What do you think we are? Blood parasites? No, right? I expected you to react like that. You do seem to have respect for us. Yet, I could maybe offer you another option. But this one you would have to make a big sacrifice. You could leave everything behind. You could leave your life, your house, your friends, your job, everything for love. We won't force you to turn. You'll eventually die. Be it old age or God knows what. But you'll eventually die. So, you could just live the rest of your days at your lover's side. With our restrictions into account, you would have to reverse your sleeping times, and you would be able to go into the human realm with limits every night. Of course, we do visit and even indulge in some human pleasures every time. But, well, of course we have. The world's dominated by you guys. But as I was gonna say, we do know how to guide ourselves. We know how to defend ourselves. We know our safe spots. Your boyfriend knows of those safe spots. Has he ever told you that by risking to go back into your house, you guys always need to live close by a vampire hunter. He has to pass that part every time he goes to your house. It's a miracle he hasn't noticed. I will not disclose that. Not yet, because you won't need to know about this vampire hunter once you make a decision. Oh no, you're not going out anywhere. You're not leaving this place until I make a decision. No worries. I have all the time in the world. And you have all the commodities you need in here. I made sure to, well, pick you against your will from your house at a time where I know you would be well fed. The only thing we can give you here is water, as I said. But, you shouldn't be hungry for a couple hours. So, you can be here, sitting. I could read a book while you think. Is that alright with you? Okay. Can I repeat your options to you? As I said, you have 3 options. We get rid of you. You get rid of him. Or you can live with him, leaving everything behind. What about journeying? I thought you left that out of the options completely. You're actually thinking about it? No pressure. See, as much as you have probably informed yourself about us through media or whatever, we actually are not classist jerks. We do want new people joining us. The only problem would be that I don't want to bite you. And I don't know if any of the people that I know, any of our associates, would. Why is that? Well, biting comes with a great responsibility. I certainly don't want to take that responsibility. You know? Of course you would. Who else took care of your little vampire boyfriend while he was transforming? It was you, right? It was you who saw all the blood dripping out from his body. As he coughed it, sneezed it. Yeah. Your clean, healthy blood just leaves you as much as it can. And then settles the cursed, dark blood that we're known for. Of course, you experience as he painfully developed his canines, and you experienced the mood swings, the natural change of schedule, all that. You took care of him, right? Well, at least you know that. You know how much pain we go through to be where we at. That's a good thing to know. And that's why you should know. And none of us are going to take care of you. So the only one that would and should be your boyfriend. You have to get bitten by him. That is, of course, if he formally decides to join us. Otherwise, you'd be outlaws. It's not abnormal to have vampires that decide to just fend for themselves, but I'm telling you, they don't last long. We're this strong because we're together. Being alone is not the smarter option. Especially when you don't know who's a hunter. How would you? We do have intel of some hunters, but normally you wouldn't know at all. So every time we go out is, well, unless you say it could be our last. It's a sad reality, but it's one you should also consider. Okay? I see you've closed yourself from talking to me. So, no further words. Well, yeah. Just stay there. Sit. And I'll just read. Very well. I appreciate your kindness and patience and all that you behaved. I didn't want this to end the bad way. Thank you for that. But now, the next step will be yours to choose. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you clicking on this video. Please feel free to give it a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. Also, my links will be down below if you want to check any of them out. I do voice stuff and art stuff, so that's mostly what you'll find. We also have a Discord server if you would like to join. And yeah, have a good rest of your day or night. Mwah.